Hey, besties. Let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? I must say that I really like that Love During Lockup is only an hour long. And so far, we are only covering 4 couples at a time. Perfect. I love that for us. Please keep this same sequence. And do y'all realize we still haven't met a couple yet? There's one more to meet. We didn't get what's the ones I can't stand? She called him a B all the time because they was friends first. What's their names? Oh gosh. What are their names? I can't even think of nothing. You know, Virginia, the one that live in Thomas Jefferson's, they live in a plantation house. Them. I don't really care for her at all. Anyway, and child, what about Tia taking her grandmother out for lunch and ruining her appetite? Grandma was like, I lost my appetite. I was like, poor granny. Poor granny. Well, welcome, besties. You are now behind the shade, and thanks for joining me. I recap your favorite reality shows weekly. Now let's laugh and kiki and get into another episode of Love During Lockup, Season 5, episode, get this, 53. Who says that? It should be season 7 by now, or season 8, episode 3. But we're still in season 5. Why? It has to do with contract and money, I'm sure. Cruel Intentions is the name of the episode. Do we like the title? Where do we even, I don't, child, who cares? And how would you rate this week's episode, Bestie? It was, I'll give it it might get a 6. It might get a 6. You drop down in the comments and you let me know what you thought about this week's episode and any comments you have. Just tell me your opinions. You don't have to battle mine, okay? If you don't like what I say, it's okay. You'll like me again. And don't forget to like my video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure your notification bell is on. Ding dong. So that you are notified each and every time I post commentary. So, Tia, don't want to do Tia and Rob. I might as well. Tia and Rob, because I don't have no favorites. Normally, I'll save my favorite for last. I don't have a favorite. Well, I guess the throuple is kind of interesting. So let's do Tia and Rob. Now, Tia calls his sister, who is married to her cousin, her favorite cousin. The sister's name is Tisha. The cousin's name is Toya. You know, I try not to get into these names because it'd be so many names. And with them, we got Tisha, and Toya, the Tuz. So Tia calls Tisha and invite them over to come over. She's going to have wine because she wants to get to the bottom of this inconsistent information that Rob is telling her about his living situation when he comes home, because I believe he's on his way home pretty soon. And I believe we will see him get out. Okay. So she think he be lying because he do, girl. He do lie. Have you seen your man? Have you seen you? Have you seen him? Look at him, look at you, and then look at him. And I'm not saying looks is everything, because fine, fitted, fine women get cheated on all the time. But yeah, anyway, y'all know what I mean when I say that. So she thinks that Tisha not telling her everything. So I guess she think, I'm going to make them come over here. I'm going to get them drunk, and then they going to get to spilling. That ain't how this works, honey. So they come over, Tisha and Toy, you know, they're married. They're a lesbian couple. They're married. And it's clear Tisha, Rob's sister, is the man in the relationship. So they come over. And Toya is like, you know, I didn't know there was a Toya, the cousin. This is the one that did the tarot reading. Now, how you didn't know it was a problem when you do tarot reading? So she said, I didn't know there was a problem with his living situation. How come you didn't know? Why come? Why come you didn't know that? Aren't you Miss Cleo? How come Miss Cleo didn't know that? So Tisha looking at Tia like, girl, she down for her brother. She ain't finna tell you nothing. She got the look of loyalty, okay, in her face. Tia got, not Tia, see what I'm talking about? Tisha got the look of loyalty in her face. It looks like Tisha might be the one that be hooking him up with other girls, child. You gotta watch Tisha. Says, I'm going back to Rob's sister. You gotta watch Rob's sister because she looks very loyal. She's on his side, girl. That is his brother, that is his sister, and they do look alike. So she said, so how the lady, so it's like, so how this lady gonna be? Well, they say the lady that is subleasing her place to Rob in Brooklyn, she's gonna be in Harlem. And I mean, is that supposed to make Tia feel comfortable? Like, can anybody take a train from Harlem to Brooklyn? It's totally possible. Y'all act like the people don't have transportation. Tia admits she's a very jealous person because of her past relationship. She says she need therapy. It's like, at least she know, child. But Tia, you need to get out of a relationship and work on yourself. This is the time you should work on yourself. What is she in her early 30s, I believe? Like, girl, you need to heal yourself, especially raising a daughter. She's looking at everything you do and say. You might want to heal first before you get into another relationship, and then a jail relationship at that. Girl, you got to be strong for that kind of thing. Girl, you got to be mentally strong for that. Anyway, so she need therapy, honey, but she said, honey, Rob is the one for her. But she said in the same breath, but he got to prove himself to her. Girl, how is that even two things? How can those two things be true? He's meant for you, but he got to prove it to you. Huh? Are you listening to you? This is why you need to be in therapy, girl. You talk in a circle. So then the next time we see her, she goes to have lunch with her beautiful grandmother. This is her dad's mom. And I see a resemblance with Tia and her grandmother. I see a little resemblance. It's in the mouth area. Now, Tia does not have a relationship with her father at all. And that is so weird, to be very close with your father's mother, but you don't have no relationship with your dad. Like, that has got to be the most weirdest thing. Like, that got to be a weird situation for the grandmother to be in. So, honey, she said, honey, they don't have no relationship. Daddy, who is that? Don't know him. Because it sounds like production asked her a question. And she was like, don't know him. Don't know him. Next. Anyway. So clearly she has daddy issues. But what she does remember about her father is that he makes the best golden pancakes. And that's all she remembers about him. And then she starts to cry. Yes, girl, you need to be in therapy. The next time I see you, Tia, you need to be pouring you a glass of wine at your therapist's office. Stop inviting people over. Stop getting cards read. Stop fussing and throwing them. Child, wait, when the when the show started, remember last week she threw her phone down and walked away? Child, so when it picked back up, he on the phone. Tia, I think he was on the video. Where you going? Where you going? Girl, if you don't go pick up that $1,100 million phone off the ground, as much as these phones cost, you going to throw yours on the ground, girl? You are tripping. So at lunch, she tells her grandmother about Rob. Because, he getting ready to come home, so she getting excited, girl. She getting all tingly on the inside, you know what I'm saying? And so she tells, where he is and, woo, woo, woo. So grandma said, why? 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 Like, why is he in jail? Tia over there, trust me on this one. She said, well, he must have did something. What did he do? Robbery. Trust me on this, Grandma. How do you want her to trust you? You don't even trust him. How does this work, Tia? You want her to trust you, but you don't trust him. You don't even know where he going and who gonna be there. All we know is he ain't coming to your house because you don't want him on top of your daughter, which is great. Love that about you. You don't play about your daughter. You don't play. And if I ever catch him calling her daddy, I'm gonna scream. But I like where you're going with that. You're protecting your daughter. You're not that crazy. You just got relationship issues, but you're a great mom. So, child, grandma starts to cry when the production take her outside. She is very pretty, a pretty lady. Even Tia thought so. And, she says, but she's telling Tia, he's showing you the nice side because he in jail. Like, what happens when the real him, when he get out and the real him get out with him? What you gonna do then? Because we've been down this road with you, Tia. Your past relationships have been crazy. The guy treated her so bad, Grandma told us. So I took that as physical touching. Harsh physical touch. So she was like, she don't want Rob to mistreat her granddaughter. And she's already crying because she already know here we go again. And she need to go home and call her son. That's what grandma need to do. Since you lost your appetite, go home and call your child and check your child and tell him that he need to get in his daughter's life because she is making mistake after mistake after mistake. Okay. All righty. Who's next? Let's do this, Sam and Crystal. And they will be my ones I do first. You know how like the Bianca and Daniel, you always get the one you can't stand. You always do them first. So Sam and Crystal. Why are they even on the show? Because this heifer got 7 more years left. So we finna watch them for the next 7 years. Is he locked in for the next 7 years until this girl get out? Or we just not gonna see them after this because we know she not getting out. So, child, they play house way too much for me, honey. They play way too much. This fool that finally moved out of her grandma's house. I'm assuming he goes grocery shopping. He buys her food too. He got her some Lucky Charms, some, what do you call that, hamburger helper. Where is it going to go? It's going to go on your shelf, hon. She has 2 shelves in the pantry. Child, in 7 years, Sam, you ain't even going to be living there no more. Because it looked like a 1-bedroom house, might be 2. You ain't going to be there in 7 years, child. But anyway, he then also bought her some feminine products. I was like, they play too like this. What? Bruh. Oh my goodness. This is just too much. Bruh. And the reason why I'm saying this is jail relationships are expensive. Right, Kaylee? And you out here shopping for her while she's in jail. You already probably paying for calls and text packages and food and clothes and whatever else. And you still in the real life buying her stuff that's going to expire. And he talking about, oh, well, when it expires, we can just put it in the compost. Anyway, so we all know he got him by the 2 little friends, downstairs. Those 2 round things that's in, on the side of the long thing. She got him by those little things. And she tells us that he lies a lot. And I'm like, what do he lie about? He is seeming so faithful to you. What does he lie about? Little lies like the refrigerator? Oh, we went through all this to get a refrigerator. He bought a little one, like the kind at your job, the kind you would have at your station, at your desk. He bought a little small one. And he said that's enough for him. And that's good. That's enough for him. He did cook. But whatever. That he gonna go to all that says is he gonna be going to the grocery store every 3 days. Or he eat out a lot. You know what I'm saying? So she said he lies a lot and she got her grandma watching him, child. That woman is 75. How much watching is she doing? You know why he moved out? The grandma show was watching him, girl. She was trying to steal him from you. You better have somebody watch your grandma with her nasty self. So she gonna ask him because she in jail. She insecure as I don't know what. She asking him, "Were any women hollering at you this week?" Now remember, he do EMT. If he even run into a woman, she's fighting for her life. I don't. Well, I know he goes out, but I'm just saying, like, even his field of work, what women is he running into? So he was like, no, but he answered slowly. So she's like, why you hesitate? And so then he trying to change the subject. He want to know what that thing do. She like, boy, stop asking me that. I can't do none of that because it's a girl 2 feet away on this side, another girl on that side. There is no privacy because he's tense. He has S tension. Okay. So he's like, you tell them you have a girlfriend. No, you know they're married. You tell them you got a wife and they can't. But girl, don't nobody want Sam but you, and you don't even want him. But she act like she do, but I don't believe her. So production asked Crystal, does she have a girlfriend? Yeah, besides all this, honey, who in there? Because you got S tension too. Who you in there? So, honey, Crystal says, I'm not a lesbian, but it's a part of the experience. Ooh, child. I said, what? It is a part of the experience. So she just gay in jail. So Sam's childhood friend, Cameron from Washington, comes to visit him. This is his first visit, first piece of company that he has had in his new place. So they in the car going to shoot pool. So we learned that back in the day, because they're childhood friends. Back in the day, you know, Sam was the ladies' man, honey. They used to do wild things and have a whole bunch of fun. And I'm looking at Cameron and I'm looking at Sam. I'm like, yeah, okay. Sure. Sure, he was a ladies. Okay, he was getting girls. Okay. Yeah, okay. So he's like, when's the last time Child, Sam said, since my ex-wife. Cam like, oh no, oh, that's been 4 years. Oh, Lord, this is wild. It's like, Cameron, calm down. How, and it's like, can they, since they're married, she ain't in there for unaliving anyone. Why can't they have conjugal visits? Huh? Why wouldn't they be able to have conjugal visits? I don't know Texas laws, but huh? They're married. They should be having adult time. Yeah, they should. Must be a law. Okay, because she did have 14 years, right? But it's not anyway. What I know in California, if you're not a lifer, you can have conjugal visits. So if your sentence is just 14 years, you can have conjugal. But if it was 14 to life, then you can't, because that would make you a lifer. So, child, it's been 4 years, and Cameron's like, we finna go find you some booty now. So they at the pool hall, she calls, and it's all weird because they gotta be on speaker, and they gotta stop playing because he gotta put the in love voice on it. Your friend's in love voice is so weird, because you're used to your partners talking on this level, and then when they get with their boo, it's like, hey babe. And it's like, ugh. Who are you? So they break up the fun for this girl calling. So she's telling him, honey, he been slacking on the funds, honey. He is not sending her money, and she don't appreciate that she got to ask for any. Girl, so clearly he just bought her some Reeboks and some Nikes. And he go, Cameron, she can wear Nikes? And he like, yeah, she be in there stunting on them bras. Yeah, I want her stunting on them girls so them girls will know that she is well taken care of. Child, if you don't knock her, she don't get jumped and get her shoes stolen. Are you crazy? She in there buying stuff for her girlfriend. No, you're in there buying stuff for her girlfriend, Sam. So she's still asking about the other women. That's why, you know why? Because she's cheating on him with other women. So he's like, you ain't gonna have nobody come to the house, are you? Are you gonna call and find out? So maybe she can't call after a certain time. So he's like, I'm gonna need you to do more. That's probably why I ain't giving you no money, because I need you to step your game up. You need to take your tablet into that shower sometimes. And she's like, oh, I can't do that. I'm not going for that. I just, there's no privacy in there. She can't do all that. And she'll get in trouble. She's trying to come home. Because ain't she the one that's trying to come home in a year or so? But that's why they're on the show, right? So she tells him, look, if you need to go get you some, go get it. Because I ain't got time for all this tension. And send me my money. So Cam tells Sam that, blood, she using you. And he was like, and he defended her, honey. He was like, look, that's my wife. And I don't want her in there asking nobody else for a pack of noodles. Child Cameron said, do you then, boo. Go off then. He said, go off. Oh, Jakima and Donnie. Child. Don't Jakima remind you of Ronika? When she had that pink wig on at the wig shop last week. I said, not him looking like the guy from New York with the mama and the sister. Remember the girl, the little Spanish girl, got all that work done after they broke up? Not both of them looking like they got doppelgangers on the same show. So we know that Jakima has not talked to Donnie, honey. I don't know how long, because he's supposed to be in the hole. So she takes the boys and she meets up with his sister and her son, and they go somewhere. They're playing some gaming house thing. They playing games and they going off, not a Chuck E. Cheese, somewhere the kids could play. So they're getting to know one another, because remember, Jakima moved from Texas to Ohio so she could go see him more. Now we learned that she's only went to see Donnie one time in person and has uprooted her life and moved to a whole nother state to be closer to him. But hey, the boy be not be paying for stuff. He takes his profit from the rental house, his house that he rents out, and he takes care of her, honey. So okay, girl. But he's pimping from jail. And so Jakima is in a group with other prisoners, wives, girlfriends, and they be having each other's back. So one of the other women that has a man in jail, in the same jail, that knows Donnie, she confirmed that he is in the hole. That's what her dude said. And I'm sitting here like, well, they all could be lying. But let's keep going. And so Jamaica really just wants to know why he's in the hole, because remember, Donnie act like he don't know. Now, bruh, you are really, anyway, they have to tell you why. That don't even make sense. And he running game on her, and she know, but she going with it. But she trying to front him off, but he gonna hit her with the baby did, all that drama that comes with dating somebody in prison when they just playing you. So Donnie's sister, even she thinks all this is just nuts. Like, how is you uprooting you and your kids here? You don't know nobody. You trying to, but honey, she says she love him, child. So Jamaica tells us Donnie paid for her to move to Ohio. It was $1,700. What did she say? $1,745 for her to move, and he paid for gas and snacks. Then she said something about $1,600. I was like, what you talking about? What now you're lying. You ain't getting your fact. Maybe she meant to say she was lying. Anyway, we caught her there. So 1745 to move, but he gave you another 1,600. Girl, be quiet. Get your numbers together. But anyway, she said he moved her there, and that's all that matters. So they talk about their plans and everything. So this, with him going to the hole, it's prolonging his release date, and she is up in arms about it because I don't know what it is about these women. They are willing to wait on you to do your time, but when it's almost at the end, they ain't got no patience. Hence, Teeny and Rob. It's like, huh? You done waited all this time. You can't wait another 2 days. They get so impatient at the end. So she's wondering if he's selling illegal substance in jail. Is that why he's in the hole and he's lying? Is he playing her? So Donnie calls from the hole. And I have an issue with this because I don't know if times have changed, but normally when you go to the hole, that's it. You only come out for an hour. It's punishment from the punishment you're already getting. So nowadays, I think he lying. So he told her he's allowed one call a week. So he calls her, and he still don't know why he in the hole. Girl, if you don't hang up that phone and pack your stuff and move back to Texas, girl, he is playing. And so she said, honey. She said, I'm behind the shade. I am Inspector Gadget, and I'm going to figure all this out. Give me a week. Come back next week, y'all. I'm going to have it all figured out. Because she ain't got nothing else to do. Does she have a job yet? Because she just got there. She waited on her furniture to come. I don't know. So she tells him that she told the kids where he is because that's supposed to be a secret. So he's like, wait, let me talk to him. I'll talk to him how they, so she gets the twins. And so he asks, how they feel about it. And they want to know what he did. And so he was like, I was bad. I was selling, illegal substances. And, one time I got caught up. And so one of them calls him dad. And baby, I was like, excuse me, stop the press. No. He is not your dad. I understand she got to go back and tell us about their daddy again. He went to jail and she ain't heard from them since, pretty much. She said when she was pregnant, she was sending a family ultrasounds. She didn't hear nothing from nobody. So they got away. They just disappeared. So you letting this man that you only seen in person one time, now they're calling him dad. I don't know about that. I don't agree with that. You got to stop that, girl. He needs to prove himself to them kids once he's out. So he was even shocked. Like, what? Y'all calling me dad? So he's told them that he loves them. They said they love him, which is fine. But dad already? Have they even met in person? So, child. She's like telling us that how great of a man he is. He's going to be a great father and this and that and that. But if he's out there selling that stuff, it's a done deal. She's done. Okay, girl. Okay. So she tells him, like, you need to get it together. Don't you come out here act playing with my kids. They calling you daddy and all this. And I want to call you daddy when don't be out here playing. And I remember when the kids, she told them good night, the phone said they had one more minute. So in this last minute, she fussing at him. He says he gotta go. He said he don't know how long he gonna be in the hole, and he might be moving to another jail. And the phone hung up. And that was the end of the episode, and she was left on STUCK. She was stuck. And she got to wait to hear from him in a week. But let me tell you what I think. I don't know how they do it in Ohio, but baby, that boy is not in the hole. If you was in the hole, you would know why you were in the hole, and you would not be able to call her. He got something else going on. Maybe he wanted her to move, and he didn't think she was going to move. Maybe he's shocked that she did move. I don't know. But no, he didn't have to even think that clear. He just a man, the N-word. He just the N-word, and he acting silly and do dumb things. He got something else going on. It's so clear. And maybe they came up there and did some visiting. And I don't know how many times you could visit in a week. Maybe he moving another family there, and it ain't her turn this week. So he gonna pretend like he in the hole just to kind of get some distance from her. Ugh, all the lying for what? Like, oh, wait a minute. I'm about to click off of here. I ain't talked about the throuple. I didn't close my notebook, child. I'm about to click the off button. Let's get into the couples. The couples, Kate, Hunter, and Kaylee. Oh my goodness, it's about to get good over here with them. Over there in Phoenix, Arizona, and Scottsdale. So Kate's getting ready to go out with her black friends, honey. So she's in the closet getting ready to put on her makeup. She's talking to her mom about Hunter, and she thought he had 4 women. It's really he has 8. And he's supposed to stop fooling with him, but he got busted. Now she telling her mama way too much. And it's like, I get it, y'all friends, but sometimes you can't tell your mama everything, especially when this is something she's not proud of, right? But maybe her mother's very supportive of her and they're just close like that. But I wouldn't be saying everything to my mama. And we're close. But I digress. So she's like, the women are showing body parts and he got in trouble and they got toys and this and that. And that. It's like, you telling your mama that? Like, that's why I wouldn't tell my mother that, because you want your mother to like your future husband, someone she's going to be having Christmas and Thanksgiving with. And if she don't like him, it's going to cause a wedge in the whole dynamic of the family, right? So she's telling her mama everything, how he got in trouble because one of them girls had an S toy on his tablet and they saw it. And we already know who the girl is, Kaylee, old nasty butt. Okay, so he got in trouble for that. But Kate, toys do mean they doing more than talking. Now, was this a part of the plan to get the money? Because this is exactly why you need to be getting a portion of his money, honey. He needs to be sending you money to put up with all of this. You talking nasty with these women, and that's something you're not even doing, Kate. So you need to check yourself. You got some girl, you didn't gave the man away, really. If you ask me, you didn't. Why you can't have a little S phone S with him? Girl, it's gonna be weird the first time. That's it. Once you get over it, it's gonna be all goody after that. It's gonna be so Gucci after that. So I'm like, this was such a bad idea. This girl called herself pimping and she ain't even getting no money out of it. And this man making more than her. Because when he told her he was getting $2,000 a month, she was like, what? Yes, and 1,000 of that should be yours. He don't need to be in jail with $2,000. Girl, you could at least be telling him to send you 1,500. You could be saving some for him, his own account, and then the 1,000 for you, and then he could just play with the 500. He don't need all that. Oh God, this is such a bad idea. And you ain't pimping because you ain't getting nothing out of the situation. You're gonna walk away from this with a broken heart. And when you see your competition, you really gonna be mad. So over in Phoenix, Kaylee is shopping in an adult store with her friend, and he calls while she's looking for a new toy for him to enjoy, for her to enjoy, for them to enjoy. And so he tells her, honey, the money she just sent him like $200, and it was supposed to be for food. Girl, $200. Wow. Wow. Girl, just wow. Wow, $200. So he tells her, honey, he used that money and bought him some shoes. She flips out. She is so mad at him because she's like, oh, okay, so now what? I need to send you some more money for food. And he was like, not just yet. What? So that tells you right there that $200 is a lot because he still got food from last month, probably. Oh, goodness. Then it gets worse. Then she tells us she usually spends $500 a month for a text package. Ah, what? Are you nuts, Kaylee? $500 a month? Child, desperation is on an all-time high or low. High, low. Kaylee, You just plump. Ain't nothing. You are cute. Girl, if you don't find you a boyfriend that is in the free world, what is wrong with you girls? You are spending way too much money on this. You are spending way too much money, girl. This is nuts. So she's chastising him on the phone because she can. She buys him, honey. She can fuss at him. And he's throwing that, but I'm being honest with you. I was being honest, and it works. She's like, people are just wondering, like, are you using me? Nope, I'm not. You're just super nice to me. Child. The friend had her 2 cents to say, well, if you know she being nice, you need to be appreciated and stop taking advantage of her. He like, okay, Ava, it's cool. Love you too. He doing what he got to do. Because he got to do this over and over and over again with all these other women. And I know he in there not doing nothing. But baby, the running the game on women, it is exhausting. I'm like, Hunter, how many women he said he had? Kate said 8. I couldn't be doing this with 8 women. Just the conversations alone with 2 are draining. 8? So anyway, she fussing, they fussing. So she's talking to production, like a little confessional, but she's still in the store. She couldn't even finish her thoughts. She was so upset. She had to walk off. I was like, girl, you need to walk away from Hunter, is what you need to do. So Hunter says he doesn't know who he likes more now, and it's starting to get complicated because we'll get into that why. So Kate meets with her friends for wine. Hey, girlfriend and girlfriend, look at the black girls with their braids and stuff. Okay, Kate, where you find them from? They do yoga too. So she's preparing for for Hunter's release, and she tells us, Hunter brings her joy in all this, and he's great and all this, and he make her tingly and all this, and it's like, oh. So she tells the girls about the right a prisoner thing, to meet the sugar mamas. And at first they're like, oh, girl, you pimping. I like that. All right then, Kate, bring it. What you talking about? So they start calling her a madam and all that. She ain't no madam. She ain't making one dime. She about to be lonely and single. She pushing her man away to some fluffy girl 10 minutes away. Child, while she's struggling in Scottsdale. Scottsdale is the ritzy part of Phoenix. That's the upper class area. She out over there struggling in Scottsdale. Child. And Kaylee living her best expensive life over there in Phoenix. How much you spending on Hunter, girl? A lot. So over in Phoenix, child, Hunter calls Kaylee. He's still running game on her. I was selfish. I'm sorry. When I get out, I'm going to pay the bills. And so she's in the bed under a blanket. And I'm sitting here like, I feel like we should not be in her bedroom. I know it stinks in there. Smells like, O's. Because she be busting them. Every time they talk, she in there ready to bust a O. Uh-huh. Because it's Phoenix. Why do you have a blanket on? It has got to be 200 degrees where you are. You're in your bedroom with production and us because you think you don't have no pants on. That's what's going on. You don't have any bottoms on. And you think that this conversation, and they probably did. Thank God they cut it out or they left. But she was ready for action. Uh-huh. Under a blanket in Phoenix. Girl, she is a freak. That girl is a freak. And he likes it. Hunter talks about the differences between the women. He says, his type is more like Kate. He likes the petite, blonde, blue eyes, snow bunny, blah, blah, blah. But we all know that Kaylee is none of that. But he likes Katie's personality. She give up the phone S, because she was ready right there. We saw her. Mm-hmm. They're in the honeymoon stage of their little relationship, and he don't want to leave the honeymoon stage. And he says she babies him, and he likes it. Now, Kate, on the other hand, she don't do the phone S. She's more mature. She's more demure. That's all he really said about her. It's like she just the snow bunny. She looks like a snow bunny, but she's mature. She don't do the on the phone. But he didn't say anything else about her. But yeah, so Kate's black friends that got all the sense, you got to have your black friend now. If you're not black, you need a black friend, because we're going to tell it like a TI is, okay? So the friends say, Kate, I think, they say he's using her. They even had their own confessional together. And they were so funny. They was like, why tempt the lion? Like, this is so absurd. Like, at first it sounded good, but now these are red flags. Like, you gonna let him mingle around, and now he don't want to get rid of somebody? Because here we go again. This is episode 3, and we always leave off where Hunter has something to tell Kate. I got something to tell you. I got something to tell you. Are we gonna go through this for the whole season? When is he gonna tell her? I got something to tell you. I got something to tell you. And besties, that was it. That was the end of the episode. Well, it ended with Jamaica and him telling her that he might move to another jail. So I'm like, oh, I can't wait for her to break the code on what is going on with Donnie, because he is full of mess. He is full of mess. He is full of mess. But that was the end of the episode, besties. I'll be back with another recap. Bye, besties.